Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast. broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. If you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play of this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. Week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast.
They're actually going to do the anthem in about 5 minutes from now. Why don't you just stay there
and Farm Bureau's
and you roll the ads, and then I'll tell you when to run the banner.
Play-by-play in this very special broadcast.
Copy.
The McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook. Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. If you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by Meigs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO. Tuning via YouTube and Facebook, a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the play-by-play in this very special broadcast of the McMinn Central Chargers hosting. It's week 6 in this high school football season, and the Chargers are back home in Inglewood. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. But if you're unable to make the game, join us for a very special live broadcast brought to you by J-Boggs Multimedia, 99.5 WYGO, and Farm Bureau's Todd Loveday. Tune in via YouTube and Facebook as Todd Loveday and Greg West bring you the
on 99.5 FM WYGO, streaming it live at 99.5WYGO.com. We're broadcasting live tonight from Central High School in McMinn County here in Inglewood, Tennessee, for a non-region battle between the Meigs County Tigers and the Central Chargers. Last season, Meigs County defeated Central 39-0 over in Decatur. Chargers entered tonight's game with an 0-5 record. They're 0-2 in Region 3A. They fell to McMinn County 39-0 in the season opener, despite trailing only 10-0 at the half. Following week, Sequoia gave up 21 unanswered in the second half to fall 35-6. Then Sweetwater shut the Chargers out 36-0 at Sweetwater. Central fell to Polk County 48-20 here at home, and then followed that up with a 57-7 loss at Red Bank last week in region play. Josh Gooden is the Central head coach. He's joined on his staff by defensive coordinator Kim Gossett, offensive coordinator Derek Vestal, Stephen Stone, Brenton Massengale, and Ben Stiles. We're going to take a break as the national anthem is upcoming. We'll be back in 90 seconds for the highlights and lowlights of last week. Listen to Central High School football on 99.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to McMinn Central High School's Charger Field for tonight's football game between the Meigs County Tigers and your McMinn Central Chargers. At this time, I'd ask that everyone please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. With your attention to the flag in the south end zone, as we take a moment and honor our great country, as the CHS Charger Marching Band plays for us tonight our national anthem.
Welcome back to Central High School. Is just about set here at about 10 minutes to have kickoff for the Chargers and the Tigers. Greg, we talked about Chargers game last week, falling 57-7 to Red Bank in region play down just on the outskirts of Chattanooga. What were the highlights and lowlights of the Chargers play last week?
Well, as the score shows, not much went well for the Chargers last week against Red Bank. The Lions scored 2 touchdowns on their opening 2 drives and scored a safety on Central at the end of the first quarter. Central's offense had to punt on their first 2 drives and allowed the safety on their third drive. On ensuing kickoff at the start of the second quarter, the Chargers gave up a 65-yard touchdown run by Red Bank. Red Bank then scored 3 touchdowns on their next 4 drives before the end of the half. They also scored with a 21-yard touchdown return off a Charger fumble. The highlight of the entire game for the Chargers was a great 71-yard touchdown run by Jordan Ledford on the first drive of the second quarter for Central. Ledford broke several tackles at the line of scrimmage and scampered down the sideline for the score. The Chargers, however, went into the half trailing Red Bank 50-7, and the mercy rules in effect. The second half went quickly for the Chargers, and they only had 2 drives in the third quarter, both of which resulted in punts. Red Bank scored 1 touchdown in the third quarter, and the Chargers had 2 drives in the fourth quarter, managed to get down to the Red Bank 4-yard line before the game ended. Tonight, it gets much harder as the Chargers have an uphill battle trying to turn their offensive woes around this week against Meigs County.
Well, Meigs County enters tonight's contest 5-0 overall, 2-0 in Region 2 2A. The highly ranked Tigers opened the season with a 47-7 win over Sweetwater and a 55-14 victory over Hickson at home in Decatur. Then they went on the road for consecutive dominating victories, trouncing Cumberland Gap 40-6, and then shutting out a pretty good Sequatchie County team 35-0. Last week, Meigs County blasted Rockwood 46-6 in Decatur, the same Rockwood team that eliminated Meigs County from the playoffs a year ago. As I walked in tonight, and Meigs County's also not just being highly ranked, they've attracted fans from all over the area, as there were many fans from northwest McMinn County, eastern Ray County, and a few from southern Roane County here tonight to watch the Tigers take on the Chargers, Greg.
Depending on the polls you look at, Todd, Meigs County comes in this game, as you said, ranked either number 1 or number 2 in Class 2A in the state. Tonight, Meigs comes into this game scoring 45 points per game and giving up only 7 points per game. The Tigers have been dominant on both sides of the line of scrimmage this year. As you said, Meigs got revenge last week against Rockwood, who put them out of the playoffs last year. Against Rockwood, the Tigers had 2 pass completions on 6 attempts for 36 yards, but ran for 384 yards on 30 rushes. The leading rusher for Meigs last week was senior running back number 6, Martin Smith, with 157 yards on 9 carries and 3 touchdowns. At quarterback, they are led by junior quarterback number 19, Austin Swafford. Swafford is an outstanding athlete who can throw, and Meigs also likes to let him run the ball out of the shotgun formation. Meigs also relies heavily on junior running back number 4, Gabriel Maldonado. Meigs lines up in multiple formations, pistol, shotgun, 2-back set, or they line up in the spread. Due to all their options in the running game with their outstanding athletes, Meigs doesn't have to attempt many passes in the game, at least so far this year. On defense, Meigs Tigers usually line up in a 4-3-4 defense. And against Rockwood last week, the Tigers like to bring up their middle linebackers on the run blitz. And by the end of the game, Rockwood only had 193 yards in total offense. I expect to see a lot of the same defense from Meigs tonight against the Chargers offense. Meigs on defense is led by middle linebackers junior number 46, Canyon Grant, and senior number 50, Austin Lamb. It's going to be a huge test tonight, Todd, for the Chargers defense to try and keep Meigs out of the end zone and to try and put some points on the board against this tough Meigs defense.
Well, Greg, we're past the midway point of the season. Each team played 5 games. We've got a pretty good idea of who each team is. And knowing that, what are the keys tonight for the Chargers to stay in this one with the highly ranked Meigs County team?
Well, it's pretty much like the whole season for Central. They need to try to get some push by their offensive line in order to try to work on their running game and to sustain some long drives to keep the ball away from the Tigers. On defense for the Chargers, the play of the front 7 has to be disciplined, and they need to play tough against the running attack of Meigs County.
Thanks, Greg. We're going to take a break. When we return, we'll give you a few of tonight's key players, and we'll also look at the schedule from across the state. You're listening to Central Charger Football on WYGO Sports. WYGO, know the score. Central High School in Inglewood, Tennessee. Captains have yet to go out and do the coin toss yet. It's kind of, seems like it's kind of trudging along here in pregame, Greg, or we're not saying as much during the pregame show or something. Generally, they're still doing the coin toss, and we're finished doing our thing up here.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead. Meigs County, their team has not got onto the field yet, so that may be part of it. But as far as the setting tonight, it's beautiful weather here tonight. Pretty much a clear sky tonight. I don't think there's going to be a chance of rain tonight, so that's good. But this is going to be definitely a huge battle for the Chargers tonight. As again, they go up to this Meigs County team. In the video I saw on Meigs County, they are balanced all over the field, especially at their skill positions. They've, as you said, they've got some big linemen up on both sides of the field. So again, this is going to be a huge test for the Chargers tonight. They need to try to get a good step going as this game gets started here soon.
I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of the flag making its way across the field. Any kind of re-rendering of the United States flag's a little bushed, in my opinion. But anyway, they entered the field with that. Aaron Swafford is the quarterback for Meigs County. He's in the backfield with him, Martin Smith and Jackson Fritz. The wide receivers are Austin Judd, John Beeler, and Caleb Newman. On the offensive line, Malachi Hayden, Luke Hare, Gage Gardner, Patrick Williams, and Marshall Brantley. Chris Wood, Montana Lowe, Luke Hare are the defensive linemen. Canyon Grant, Brady Blevins, Trace Korn, and Jair Beeler are the linebackers, and then the defensive backs are Will Meadows, Eli Loden, Logan Carroll, and Elijah Smith. Kicking specialist Nick Adcock for Meigs County. Captains are out there now, and captains for the Chargers, Michael Harris, Zeus Contreras, Maverick Buckner. I can't catch the number on the other one, Greg. Jace Derrick, the captains for the Chargers. There was question whether Swafford was going to start this game. He is dressed out. He missed some of last week's game, actually the biggest portion of last week's game, and they didn't skip a beat without him in the lineup, Greg.
No, they did not. They brought in number 14, Carroll. Carroll, to play quarterback, he did a good job. And they also brought another player in there. I forgot to get his number, but again, they have multiple options there at quarterback if Swafford's not available. And they also got a good depth at running back also. And again, the game against Sequatchie County, I did see that they did do some passing. They've got a good passing offense, but they really rely upon their run game, as best I could tell, to move the ball down the field.
One thing to keep in mind, Caleb Newman has played basketball for Meigs County since he was a freshman. He is a 6'6" wide receiver, Caleb Newman. Chargers don't have a lot of size along the corners. That could be a key to watch tonight as well. Meigs County will receive the opening kick. They're going to defend the north end zone. Chargers will defend the south end zone. Meigs County all white. Black numbers trimmed in orange, black helmets, orange face mask, orange stripe. Chargers in their home Columbia blue jerseys, white numbers trimmed in navy, white football pants, white helmets this year for the Chargers, Columbia blue logo and stripe, a white face mask for the Chargers. The whistle is blown. Waiting for the kick. Booski approaches the football. Kick is in the air. It's a short kick. It's going to land between the number and the sideline along the 20, picked up there by the upback. And he's immediately tackled, makes his way back to the 25-yard line. Brody Carden with the tackle for the Chargers.
Good tackle by Carden out in the open field. But the kick was to the near sideline, and they were actually able to use the sidelines, another defender, but good job by Carden tackling him in open field for basically no return on that play.
And Swafford, limping slightly, does make his way out there onto the field, Greg. He will start this contest. As I still didn't know for sure until actually the first snap if he was going to start it or not, even though he was turned into us as a starter. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for Swafford. And tackled near the line of scrimmage is Smith. Not much there on first down, Greg.
Maybe picked up a yard and a half in that play. Went over right tackle that time. Dalton Davis come on late on the field, but Dalton Davis and also Michael Harris from their linebacker spot hit him in the hole for basically really very short gain.
Second down and 8 for Meigs County at the Charger 26-yard line. One receiver to the left, two to the right. Two backs in the backfield with Swafford. Swafford looking to his left. He's going to throw it downfield, open, and incomplete. Nice recovery by Jacob Alloway as it hit the receiver in the hands. I think that's Beeler going down the left sideline, falls incomplete.
Yeah, that play, good play by Alloway on that play. Playing quarterback was pretty much stride for stride with the receiver going down the far side and could stay with him, but the ball got in the receiver's hands, but Alloway was able to strip it out of his hands for an incompletion. It's a good play, playing defense from the cornerback spot by Alloway.
The bane of our existence, Greg, are these teams with the small numbers. Very small numbers on their jerseys. Two receivers left, two to the right. Swafford in the shotgun looking to pass. Has plenty of time, cross the field, and knocked away. Nice defensive play by Ledford on that one, and it's going to be a fourth down for Meigs County on the opening drive.
That's the way to start it off that time. Tried to throw it to Smith coming across the middle, and Ledford trailed him. Ball hit Smith in the hands, but Ledford had good reaction, knocked the ball out of his hands for the incompletion. So, as you said, it's going to bring up fourth down.
Chargers forcing the punt back deep. For Central is Isaiah Farrar. Punts away. It'll land at the Charger 42, take a Meigs County roll, and they're going to down it at the 35-yard line. But pretty good field position to start the opening drive, Greg West.
Again, that's definitely the way you want to start the game without a turn. If you can't get a turnover, force a 3-and-out. Got a punt, got fairly good field position, as you said, for the Chargers. They can start with 11 minutes left. Again, that's just the way you want to start the game. Limiting Meigs County to no first downs on an opening drive, that's a good confidence booster for the Chargers defense.
Chargers will huddle up for the opening play. Evans, the quarterback. One receiver right, they're going to go wing T. In motion, Ledford. They're going to hand it off to Ledford. Makes one cutback, makes the guy miss in the backfield, crosses the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 37. That'll be a gain of 2 on first down to bring up second down and 8.
That time, Ledford lined up as the right wing back, I guess you'd call it. Went in motion right before the snap. They hand off to him, went over left guard, left tackle. A little bit of a hole there, but good job by the Meigs County linebackers coming up to fill a hole. But I tell you what, I'm looking at their defensive line. They got some big young men on that defensive line, so the Chargers offense is going to have a test of that.
Without a doubt, they have more 280 to 300 pounders on their team than any other 2A team in the state, be my guess. Wing T formation. Once again, man in motion, cuts it back up inside. That's Michael Harris. He'll gain a couple of yards out to the 39-yard line. And that'll bring up third down and 6 for the Chargers with 10:15 to go here in the first quarter.
Identical play as the one ran for Ledford. That time they brought Harris in motion, handed it off to him again, went over left tackle, left guard. A little bit of a crease there, but I'm amazed at the size of their defensive line. They're huge, especially the right side of the defensive line, which is the way the Chargers are running, and only got 4 yards on the first 2 plays.
Yeah, Montana Lowe, a big man. Under center is Evans. Ledford in motion. He's going to roll to his left is Evans. He's in trouble, and he will be sacked all the way back to the 31-yard line. Loss of 8 on the play. Actually, the 32-yard line. A loss of 7 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down and 13 for the Chargers, and they'll head up on it right back to Meigs County.
Yeah, the outside linebacker for Meigs County came up, did a great job. Did not let Evans get outside. They faked the handoff to the running back coming in motion. Evans kept the ball, just never had a chance. They tackled him for a big loss as they're going to have to punt now.
Here's the snap. The kick is away. Decent kick will be fair caught at the 40-yard line, and Meigs County will go on offense there. They gained a little bit that time, Greg, on the exchange of punts, mostly due to the sack of the Chargers. But we're 0-0 after one possession each. I think we'll take that right now.
I think we'll take it all day long if that's what we can do. But, again, Chargers offense really did not get much going that time. That big sack was the one that just killed them right there. But, again, hopefully the defense can recover and limit them to a 3-and-out this time.
Well, we got 2 receivers to the left and whistle. I'm not sure what the whistle is for.
Is it equipment?
It seems to be an equipment malfunction. Yeah, there's a chin strap, not a Zeus is trying to play without a chin strap.
Yeah, they're going to stop him again. Yeah.
So Zeus Contreras says, I don't need a chin strap. We'll say his hair got in the way. So Contreras, the nose tackle of the Chargers without the chin strap. Shotgun formation. Swafford, inside handoff to Smith. He's crossed the 45 to the 50. He's into the secondary. 45, 40. He's going to take it to the house. There are no flags. And Martin Smith goes 60 yards on first down. And Meigs County takes the lead with 8:58 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, just a simple handoff. Dive play went over left guard. Big hole opened up front. Once he got the secondary, he cut down the near sideline, outran everybody. Smith's got very, very good speed. I was just watching Swafford coming off the field. Again, you said I think he's still a little bit gimpy, so we'll see how long he can stay in the game. But just outstanding run by Smith. Good blocking by the offensive line to open up that hole.
Smith was injured in the first game of the season. Well, he's back in full form now, as we can see. Pretty good hold there by the holder. Kick is up. It is good. And Meigs County leads us 7-0 with 8:58 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Listen to Charger football on 99.5 FM. In the first quarter, jumping jacks along the kickoff team. Well, Greg, after we held them to a 3-and-out the first time, they punched it in with a one-play drive the second time. Kicks in the air. Pretty good kick. Who will be fielded at the 10-yard line by Nate Austin. He cuts it up toward the numbers, 25-30, and then hit hard at the 30-yard line, still on his feet. Finally brought down at the 31-yard line, and Chargers still with decent field position to start this drive.
Yeah, that's a good return by Austin. Again, talked about it in the pregame. Coach Gooden said ball security. When he got hit, the ball looked a little bit loose that time. Fortunately, he was able to maintain control of it. But again, so far in the first quarter, Smith has all 61 yards of offense for Meigs County. They have 2 incompletions. So I would suggest that from here on out, at least for a while, they may stay pretty much on the run game so far.
One receiver right in the wing T formation. The wing backs looks to be Harris and Ledford. Inside handoff. Jace Derrick hit minimal gain on that play as the middle of the Meigs County line takes control of the line of scrimmage.
Maybe got 1 yard on that play. Simple dive play. Handoff went over left guard. Just really nothing there. Again, they've got some big linemen right there. I'm not sure if the weights that are on the
I don't think they're right.
roster are correct, because number 51, number 55 are just big young men.
One receiver to the right, standing in the wing T look for the Chargers. Tied in left. Motion Ledford. Pitch. That's Derrick. Derrick hit at the 31, continues moving across the 35-yard line, makes it out to the 36-yard line. Gain of 5 for Derrick. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Chargers with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Meigs County leading the game 7-0.
Good job by Ledford that time. The lead block on that play went in motion before the snap. Pitched the ball back to Derrick. He followed Ledford around the left side of the offensive line. Cut it upfield for about a 4-yard gain. Good job, and good lead block by Ledford. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 yards.
Chargers break the huddle. Evans under the center. This time, receivers split out to the left, tied in to the right side of the wing formation. Ledford goes in motion to the right. Inside handoff, and Derrick hit immediately. He might have lost a yard. They're going to mark him. He did lose a yard. Going to mark him back to the 35-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and 6, and the Chargers will have to punt it away again.
Yeah, they will have to punt again. Just too much size and strength. by the middle of the defensive line for the Meigs County. Just overwhelmed the offensive line for the Chargers and stopped that play, as you said, for a loss on that play. It's going to bring up 4th down, about 6, as the Chargers are dropping back to punt.
Zabuski bobbled the snap. He's in trouble. He's trying to get outside contain, cuts it up the sideline. He's going to go out of bounds, and a hit out of bounds. Chargers are going to get a 15-yard penalty against Meigs County, and they'll get the first down here as Buski carries it out to the 36-yard line. A 5-yard gain for Buski.
Let's see what's going to happen.
Oh, that's not a 5-yard gain. What was the original line of scrimmage?
It was the 35 is where we started.
He got a 1-yard gain for Buski. And a late hit out of bounds, personal foul against Meigs County. 15-yard penalty.
First down.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Actually, they gave him the 37. They're going to should take him into Meigs County territory.
Yep, sure did. That's a big break for the Chargers that time. Buski, the snap was low, tried to catch it off the ground, was able to get away from the initial penetration by the Tigers. Got outside, cut it down the near sideline. As you said, as he's stepping out of bounds, got hit by a late defender for the Tigers. As it's going to be up 1st down and 10 for the Chargers.
Now I don't know. Yeah, now they're going to.
Okay, they're stepping it off.
So now they're going to step it off. They readdress the press box. And what? Oh, a dead ball foul.
Okay.
They're going to call it a dead ball foul. So Buski was out of bounds. I don't think that's administered properly, Greg.
Okay. Yeah, that's the effort that Buski had. And, again, still have possession of the ball. But
I don't think they administered the penalty correctly. I've never – a late hit out of bounds has always been considered a live ball foul. That's been administered incorrectly. And I wish we had a TSSAA representative in the booth. You see it every Saturday, every Sunday. Maybe high school's a little bit different, but that was obviously a part of the play. So Meigs County with the football. Inside handoff. Across the 50 to the 45. Still on his feet in Charger territory at the 40. And finally brought down at the 38-yard line. Carrying the football that time for Meigs County was Gabriel Maldonado. A 5'10", 145-pound junior.
He's not a very big running back, but he's got a lot of speed, a lot of quickness that time. Once he broke it over the left guard, hole opened up. Again, cut it down the near sideline, picked up good yardage. Another 1st down for Meigs County.
Shotgun formation, snap, hand off again to Maldonado, crosses the 35-yard line, brought down at the Charger 34, gain of 4 on the play for Maldonado, bring up 2nd down and 6 for Meigs County.
Same play as the one before. That time went over left guard and center. Good little hole opened up, got hit by the linebackers. He crossed the line of scrimmage, picked up 4 yards on that play, but right now the running game for Meigs County is operating.
7-0 Meigs County on top here. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. To the Charger 34-yard line, 2nd down and 6. 1 receiver to the left, that's Beeler. 2 receivers to the right. Swafford takes the snap, looking to his left. Pass overthrown, intercepted by Alloway. Alloway, I think, the other way to the 40. And he'll be brought down at the, he didn't quite make it to the 40, crossed the 35-yard line. Overthrew Beeler into the hands of Alloway.
Yeah, great job by Alloway recovering for that. Swafford stepped back to throw it, took the deep snap, threw it to his receiver. On a post pattern that time, the pass was high. The receiver tipped it up into the air, and Alloway was able to recover from his cornerback spot, caught the ball and returned it, as it is going to make a 1st down and 10 for the Chargers from their own 37-yard line.
Alloway kind of misplayed the coverage as he went behind the receiver cutting in, but it worked out to his advantage with the overthrow. And the Chargers now break their huddle with the best starting field position of the drive tonight, I believe, Greg. Under center, Evans. Ledford in motion. Ooh! Handoff, Ledford. He's hitting the backfield. No chance on that one. That's going to move it all the way back to the 35-yard line for a loss of 3 and bring up 2nd down and 13 for the Chargers with 5:24 to go here in the first quarter.
That time coming across and making plays, number 55, Montana Lowe, again from his right defensive tackle spot. Just blew that play up, was in the backfield as soon as Ledford got the ball. Ledford just never had a chance, as it is going to be a loss. Going to bring up 2nd down and about 13.
Austin comes in from the sideline with the play. Chargers break the huddle. Isaiah Farrar split wide left. Wing T formation. Evans under center. The snap. Evans looking for a pass down the left sideline. Farrar has And he is in bounds at the Meigs County 40-yard line. Gain of 25 on the play. Farrar had a step, Greg.
Sure did. That
Nice pass by Evans.
Great throw by Evans that time. Dropped back and threw it to Farrar, who was coming down the near sideline on a go route, straight down the field. Threw it over his outside shoulder. The defender never had a chance, and the Farrar was able to catch it just inside. Got 1 foot down. Good job at completion. Good throw by Evans.
Staying in the wing tee, this time receiver left again. Here's a snap, Evans. Inside handoff, Derek hit in the backfield, breaks the tackle, bounces it out to the left side to the 35, 30, 20, hit knocked out of bounds just before he made it to the 15-yard line was Jace Derrick. Gain of 24 yards on the play, all the way down to Meigs County 16-yard line.
Good job of Derrick. He took the handoff, lined up as a fullback, took the handoff, went over left tackle, got hit at the line of scrimmage, broke away from the arm tackle, cut it down the near sideline for the first down. Going to be first down and 10 from the Meigs County 16. Good drive so far for the Chargers. Need to get some points on the board, though.
They actually moved it back to the 17. We'll still take it. It's Chargers first and 10 at Meigs' 17. Originally they marked it, I thought, at the 16. 4:38 to go in the first quarter. Evans goes under center. It's a wing T formation. Tight end left. And we have a flag, and they're going to call motion, no, delay. How can that be delay? That seemed like a quick play clock, Greg.
Sure did to me.
Well, anyway.
Yep.
That'll back the Chargers up, give them more room for a pass. First and 15 from the 22-yard line. Evans huddles his team up. And now they break the huddle. One receiver to the left. That's Long. Ledford goes in motion. Evans in trouble. Get rid of the football. He's going to run with it. Breaks the tackle in the backfield. Still loses yardage, makes it back to the 25-yard line. Got to throw that one away, Greg.
Yeah, it sure does. Got to get the ball off quicker than that. Looked like they were trying to throw it to the receiver. Was it Long? Come down the near sideline, tried to throw it to him. Just too much pressure, too much penetration by the defensive line. Again, number 55, Montana Lowe, was in the backfield. Evans was able to get away from him, scrambled a little bit. Didn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage, but again, it's going to bring up second down and about 18. But good job by Evans just getting that much back.
4:02 to go in the first quarter. Meigs County leads us 7-0. Chargers at the Meigs County 25-yard line. The line to gain is the 7. Handoff. Harris tries to take it around left end. He makes it inside the 25-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 23, gain of 2 on the play. That's going to bring up third and long.
Coming up to make a play that time, number 46, Kenyon Grant from his middle linebacker spot. Did a good job filling the hole. Just really not had much of an opening there. They did a good job filling that hole, and running back never really had a chance to get much going. As it is going to bring up third down and 16. This is probably 4-down territory, no matter what, for the Chargers.
3:22 to go in the first quarter. Chargers break the huddle, have a whistle. Timeout, Central. We'll take a 30-second break. Listen to Central High School football on 99.5 FM. WIGO Sports. Know the score. Chargers are going to attempt the field goal. With 4th and 14 from the 21. It'll be a 38-yarder if he makes it. So Devin Booski to kick. Snap. Kick is up. It's got a chance. It is short. They're going to return it. Nope, you can't return it because it's in the end zone.
Yep.
Good thought process, though.
Yep.
And so the missed kick means the ball will go over to Meigs County. They lead it 7-0, 2:59 to go here in the first quarter.
Snap was a little bit low that time. The holder was able to recover and got the ball down, but by the time Booski got there, undercut it just a little bit. The ball was a little bit short. But again, he had the line of sight right, but just a little bit short on that field goal.
I would like to have seen what happened with a good snap on that one with the timing not being thrown off. Swafford in the shotgun. 2 receivers right. It's going to be a handoff. Smith tries to bounce it out. He's hit in the backfield and knocked to the ground by Jace Derrick. Ledford there first. Derrick cleans it up, and they are going to be marked at the 16-yard line. A loss of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 14 for Meigs County.
Great job of Ledford from his outside linebacker spot. Come up and hit the running back who's trying to bounce it out wide. Ledford grabbed his jersey, broke away from it a little bit, but Derrick cleaned it up for the loss.
We apologize for technical difficulties. Apparently our broadcast is trailing in and out. Inside handoff, up the middle goes Smith. He's to the 40, the 50. He's going to take it all the way unless Austin can catch him. Austin gives chase. Austin brings him down at the 4-yard line. Wow. Austin, good recovery there.
Wow. Nate Austin.
80-yard run, but he doesn't score.
Nate Austin's got some speed on his straightaway.
81-yard
that time
run.
Smith broke it open, went over left guard. They had success with that play several times, but he just cut it right down the field. Nobody from the secondary come up and make a tackle, but Nate Austin, with outstanding recoveries, just ran him down, tackling him about the 2-yard line. Great job by Austin to prevent that touchdown.
He picked up 5 yards in the last 30 yards, Greg, because it seemed like he was off to the races. Instead, it's 1st and goal, Meigs County at the Charger 3. Inside handoff, that's Maldonado, and Maldonado's into the – is that Maldonado?
I couldn't say from here.
It is Maldonado into the end zone. Meigs County extends their lead to 13-0. And out to attempt the kick for Meigs County is Adcock. Nick Adcock, a senior. Here's the, well, not yet. Now the kicker is ready. Here's the snap. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. Kick is no good. And we'll take a break. Meigs County 13, Chargers 0. Back in 60 seconds on 99.5 FM.
Well, Smith's got over 140 yards. On 4 rushes, over 140 yards.
Yeah. How many?
About 140 yards.
Welcome back to Charger football. We've got him 4 carries, 137 yards as he had a loss on his carry number 3 for Smith. Martin Smith. The big play back for Meigs County. Passing game not been very productive.
Not been very
tonight.
productive at all. Had 2 incompletions and an interception. I think they need to stay on the.
I believe I stay on the ground. I think
I would too.
Yeah. Adcock's kick will be fielded at the 12-yard line by Nate Austin. Austin, shoestring tackle made. Austin will make it back out to the 26, so now they're going to mark it at the 25-yard line. And Chargers will take over there. It's the worst starting field position of the night, I believe, Greg.
It is, but Nate Austin, again, I want to say it again, that rundown he did on Smith was just outstanding. I mean, you could just see him basically come from nowhere, ran Smith down that 80-plus yard run, prevented the touchdown at least on that play. But again, just a great effort by Austin. Chargers, though, start at their own 25-yard line, 1st down 10, with 1 minute and 46 seconds left.
Well, wing C formation for the Chargers. Evans under center. One receiver split out wide to the right. We had no tailback. There comes Nate Austin in there to be the running back. Get this snap away quickly. Hand off of the Ledford. Ledford slips and falls in the backfield as he tries to cut it back inside. They're going to mark it back to the 21-yard line, and that's going to be a loss on the play of 4 for Ledford. Going backwards, Greg.
Yeah, at least on that play he did. Ledford tried to come, went in motion for the play, took the handoff, tried to go around the left side of the offensive line. Just too much penetration. Again, these big young men for Meigs County filling that hole. Number 30 come up and make a play for Meigs County. Trace Corn did a good job from his linebacker spot.
Chargers going to stay in the wing tee. Wide receiver split left this time. Tied in to the right side. Man in motion. Pitch it goes to Austin. Austin has a lead blocker, breaks a tackle at the 25-yard line, makes his way out to the 28-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play for Nate Austin, but it'll bring up 4th down and 7 for the Chargers.
Again, the Chargers so far tonight seem to be concentrating, trying to hit the left side of the offensive line. Again, they're running into the teeth of the size of the Meigs County defensive line. That play pitched it back to the running back, come around the left side, followed his lead blocker, picked up about 7 yards. A good run by Austin. Good blocking by the lead blocker.
Third down and 7 for the Chargers. About 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Meigs County leads at 13-0. Big rushing plays by Martin Smith been the difference in this one in the early going. In motion goes Ledford from left to right. Pitch it right side. That's Derrick trying to bounce it out. Cuts it back upfield. He'll cross the 30-yard line. Will not make it for first down yardage, unfortunately. Bring up a gain of about 2 yards on that play, and that's going to end the first quarter. Meigs County leads at 13-0 after 1 quarter. Listening to Central Charger football on WYGO Sports. Video footage of tonight's ball game on J. Boggs Multimedia's YouTube channel. It's time to start the quarter, and we have a whistle. And we've got someone called timeout. So let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back for the start of the second quarter. Listen to Charger football on 99.5 FM. Booski bobbles the snap, gets the kick away. It's fielded at the 40-yard line by Maldonado. Cuts it outside the 45 to the 50, up the right sideline to the 40, 35-30, and finally brought down from behind inside the 25-yard line of the Chargers. They're going to mark it, I believe, at the 23-yard line, and Meigs County's in business again, Greg.
Again, the snap was a little bit low. This time Booski was able to recover, no pressure on the punt. Got a good punt off. Unfortunately, got it to Maldonado, who caught it in the air, went down the far sideline, got it down to good field position as they started at the 23-yard line.
37-yard return for Maldonado. And another timeout. So let's take another break. Timeout on the field. Back in 30 seconds. Listen to Charger football on 99.5 FM. What's going on? Back to Central High School. Chargers trail Meigs County 13-0. Meigs County is going to start this drive at the Charger 23-yard line after the long punt return of 37 yards by Gabriel Maldonado. Handoff Smith. Smith cuts it up the middle, crosses the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 18 for a gain of 5 on first down for Martin Smith.
Again, that time the Chargers were able to get a helmet on him, but really before he got started that time, again, went over left tackle that time. Get a little hole open up to make the play. I can't see who made the tackle, maybe Ledford and Derrick from the linebacker spot. Smith picked up 5 yards, though.
Second down 5 at the Chargers 17-yard lines where they're going to mark it. 11-10 to go in the half. Meigs County up 13-0. Swafford to pass. And there, in and out of the hands of the receiver. He was open, didn't catch it, lack of concentration. He tipped the ball earlier in the game that was picked off by the Chargers. That's Beeler, and that one falls incomplete.
Couldn't ask for a better throw that time. Swafford took the snap, stood in the pocket, stepped through, followed through on his throw, hit the receiver right in stride, but he just dropped it. I'm not even sure if the defender for the Chargers got a hand on him. He just dropped it on the post pattern. It would have been a touchdown.
That's twice we've given up the inside on that pattern in the ball game, and neither time have they connected. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Swafford takes the snap, handoff Smith going right. Smith crosses the 15-yard line, gets in between down near the 13-yard line, but there's a flag on the field. Greg West says it's a hole.
Yep, the referee threw the flag, so that's usually what the call is, but at that time Smith took the hand off. I just don't see they're not going to use Swafford a lot on the run game. Has he run? He hasn't run a dollar yet so far. Again, he's a little bit gimpy, but he is just a great athlete. Again, on that throw, you couldn't ask for a better throw on the previous play than that. But it is he'll pretty much stay in the pocket or hand it off tonight.
Well, we're going to act like that play never happened, as there was holding on the play. And did they mark it off? Was it downfield that far? Well, apparently it was 10 yards downfield because they're only going to mark off about a yard. So 3rd down and 6. The holding was apparently 10 yards downfield, Rick. So 3rd and 6, the 17-yard line for Meigs County. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Play action from Smith into the end zone. Touchdown, Meigs County. On the receiving end of that one was running back Jackson Fritz, number 9. And that's going to extend the Meigs County lead to 19-0 with 10:53 to go in the half. Tigers going to go for 1 as Adcock's out there to attempt the extra point. Holding for Meigs is Bryson Smith. The hold is down, kick is up, and that kick is good. Meigs County leads at 20-0 with 10:53 to go in the first half here on 99.5 FM WIGO Sports. Know the go opposite of Wesley as he's under 500 on the year. Go opposite. Farm Bureau halftime show. Tennessee turns to us for Auto, Home, and Lot. Kicks away. Adcock. Pretty good kick that time. Going to be fielded inside the 5-yard line by Nate Austin. Cuts it back toward the middle of the field, and he's brought down at the 20-yard line as a laundry tackle. Logan Carroll got him by the jersey and brought him down.
Good job of Carroll that time. Getting down the field, no blocker stopped him at all. Just ran straight down the field, hit Austin, as you said, at the 20-yard line, grabbed him by the jersey and pulled him down. Good job by Carroll, good effort getting down the field.
Chargers going to take over 20-yard line.
Talk about that touchdown just a second ago. Again, just a simple post pattern that time. Fritz lined up as a slot receiver, went across the middle of the field. Linebacker tried to drop back, but they just threw it over him. Good job of Swafford, hit him right in stride.
Farrar split wide to the left for the Chargers. The wing back left side is Ledford. Right side is Harris, who's back in the ball game. Ledford goes in motion. They're going to hand it off. Ledford off right tackle. Oh, something was there, but he was quickly brought down. Had he made it past that initial point of defense, Greg, I think he'd had a big gain on that.
Yeah, the couple players came up from Meigs County to make the play. Number 15, Eli Lowe, and also number 58 from Meigs County, Luke Hare, came up and hit him in the hole. As you said, it looked like a hole was opening up. They grabbed him and took him down pretty quick. As it was, though, he picked up about 4 yards on that play.
They're going to mark it all the way out to the 25-yard line. We'll call it 2nd down and 5 for the Chargers. Now split out to the left. I believe that's Brody Carden. In motion goes Ledford left to right. Inside handoff this time to Nate Austin. He's got the first down. Has a good push from the right side of the Charger line on consecutive plays. Gives the Chargers 1st and 10 at their 31-yard line.
Again, there's some good size on the defensive line, but on the left side, maybe just a little bit smaller. That right now, that's what the Chargers, on the first 2 plays of this drive, have hit the right side, picked up a 1st down. So let's see what they do on this next series.
Chargers break the huddle. 1st down and 10 at the 31-yard line. 9:56 to go in the half. They trail Meigs County 20-0. Wide receiver split to the right this time, tied in left. Chargers, Ledford goes in motion. Ledford's going to run it that way. Ledford's hit behind the line of scrimmage and will lose yardage back to the 30-yard line. Are the Chargers tipping the play, Greg, running tight inside so often?
It could be. Again, they're just not getting enough push by the offensive line to open up a hole. Again, right now on that play, Meigs County ran a 3-4 defense. Linebackers were able to come up and make a play, hit Ledford in the hole. That time they tried to go over left tackle. Just too much penetration by the linebackers for Meigs County. Hit him for the loss.
2nd down and 11 for the Chargers. 9:14 to go in the half. Central trails it 20-0. They have the football at their own 30-yard line. This time pitch it right side. And Derrick in trouble in the backfield. Breaks the tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Might have gained a yard. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Chargers at the 31-yard line.
Again, that time they pitched it back to Derrick.
Actually, they're going to mark him at the 30.
Yeah,
no gain.
No gain on that play. They pitched it back to Derrick, coming around the right side on the sweep that time. Again, just too many defenders for Meigs County. Number 15, again, Eli Lowe to come up to make the play. Good pursuit by the Meigs County defense, who is extremely fast as well as being very strong.
Well, they give him actually the 31 after all. 3rd down and 10 at the 31-yard line for the Chargers. 8:33 left in the half clock running. Meigs County leads it 20-0. Chargers break the huddle. Evans goes under center. Receiver to the right. Tied in left. And a whistle. Timeout. Formation was incorrect. Vestal a little animated there on the sideline. We'll take a break. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Central Charger football against Meigs County here on WIGO Sports. No. Time, the Farm Bureau halftime show. We're going to have Alex Branham, and Branham's going to sing a little Dolly Parton tonight. Alex Branham, Dolly Parton tonight during the Meet the Chargers segment. Evans looking to pass. He's in trouble. Rolls to his right. And the pass is incomplete as he led the receiver just a little bit.
He caught it.
Oh, he caught it. Got a foot down. Wow, nice catch.
Good job by Evans that time. Rolled to his right to get away from the pressure. Saw Farrar about 15 yards down the field, hit him in the open, just over the linebacker in front of the quarterback. Farrar did a good job catching him on the near sideline, kept 1 foot in bounds. As it is, they're
4th and 1.
Oh, 4th and 1. I thought it was 1st down. Excuse me.
Yeah, 1st down was the 41-yard line. Made it to the 40. That's twice tonight, though, Greg, that Farrar's gotten a foot down on one down the sideline or near the sideline. As go pattern he caught in the first quarter.
Oh, they're playing.
Bad snap. Actually, it's a pretty good snap, just a bad catch by the punter. It's fielded on the run by Carroll at the 30-yard line. He's trying to bust it out to the right side, breaks a tackle at the 35. Pretty good hit by the Chargers there as he approaches the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 39, where Meigs County will take over on offense with 7:56 to go in the first half.
Good job by the kicking team for the punting team for the Chargers. Got down the field and basically prevented him for a very short return on that job. Good job, but it is. Meigs County starts first down 10 at about their own 38-yard line. They moved it back just a little bit.
Yes, they did. So Chargers trying to keep Meigs County out of the end zone here. And we have a sideline warning against Meigs County. So the next one should bring a flag. Meigs County breaks the huddle. Swafford's still in there, quarterback. And he is a little gimpy tonight. He's yet to run it. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. They haven't really needed him to run it as Smith has gobbled up some yardage. And we're going to have offside on the right side. I believe it's going to be Ledford caught for offsides.
Yeah, I believe so. Trying to get an early jump on that play, but
let's see what's going to be the whistle.
Back judge threw that one.
Is it delay? I'm confused.
I don't know, but the back judge threw the flag.
Was it delay game?
The side judge did not.
No, it's against the Chargers.
What was the call?
Illegal participation against the Chargers, 12 men on the field.
Okay.
Well, Chargers tried to go 12 on 11 that time to stop the running game, Greg, but they got caught.
Yeah, got caught on that one. Big series for the Chargers. They need to try to keep Meigs County out of the end zone with 7 minutes and 55 seconds left.
1st and 5 for Meigs County at their own 43-yard line. And another whistle. Another flag. That one's going to be false start Meigs County. So we'll go back where we started at the 38-yard line and just pretend none of that ever happened.
Yep, not much going on there. Penalties on both teams.
So we'll go back to first down and 10 for Meigs County. Their own 38 with 7:53. I guess somehow we lost a second on 2 dead balls.
One thing I want to talk about, you talked about it before the game, the wide receivers from Meigs County, both wide receivers are just huge. Yep. I mean, tall. I mean, I bet they've got at least 8 inches on the cornerbacks.
You got John Beeler, 6'3" on one receiver. The other wide receiver, Newman, when he's in there, 6'6". Snap. Handoff. Hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down. Carrying the football that time for Meigs County was 30. Number 30 for Meigs County. That is Trace Korn, senior, 5'10", 150-pound.
Maverick Buckner from his linebacker spot come up and filled the hole. The running back tried to jump over the defensive line, but Buckner hit him in the air, stopped him for a 2-yard gain. Good job by Buckner hitting him in the hole. 2nd down, 8 for Meigs County. They break the huddle. 7:22 and counting left in the half. They lead the Chargers 20-0. One receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Split backs. Under center is Swafford. Quick pass out to the left side. It's complete at the 40. Tries to break it to the sideline at the 50 and knocked out of bounds there, but he'll have a first down in Charger territory. Catching the football for Meigs County that time, number 20, is Austin Judd, the 5'7", 173-pound senior. Picked up the first down that time. Threw it out, little bubble screen that time. Threw it out the receiver. Good blocking down the field. Picked up the first down as it is. Going to make it first down and 10 at the Charger 48-yard line.
With 7:04 to go in the half. Meigs County up 20-0 on the move. And Swafford goes to the sideline to get the play that time. He's going to run it back out there to his huddle.
He's still limping.
Yeah, he's not 100%.
No, he's not 100%. If he was, he'd be running a lot.
Oh, yeah. Shotgun formation. Swafford will take the snap. Handoff. Smith. 45-yard line into the secondary to the 40 and finally brought down in Charger territory at the 38-yard line. From the 48 to the 34-yard line. Gain of 12 on the play for Martin Smith, averaging well over 10 yards a carry.
You know, that play is almost like when I played, we called the cross bug. Basically faked it to one running back and then handed it to Smith, going over right guard. Good hole opened up, picked up the first down.
Moved it to the 34-yard line. So a gain of 14, I guess that was on that play. Inside handoff, bouncing it left side is Maldonado. He breaks a tackle into the open field, into the 20-yard line. Jitterbugs breaks the tackle there, makes it inside the 15-yard line. That's going to be a 20-yard gain for Maldonado. They're going to mark it at the Charger 14-yard line, 1st and 10 for Meigs County.
That time, Maldonado bounced it outside the left side of the offensive line, cut it down the field. Very, very quick. Open field tackles were not successful. They actually got away from the first contact, picked up about 4 yards after that. Good run of Maldonado, who's extremely fast and quick.
Yeah, Meigs County has it 6 minutes to go in the half, leading 20-0. They're at the Charger 14-yard line. Split backs this time. Swafford's under center. He's going to hand it off to Smith, who breaks the tackle in the backfield, gets back to the line of scrimmage, gained a yard or two on the play. As almost a big tackle for a loss. Greg unable to bring him down.
Maverick Buckner shot the gap from his middle linebacker spot, hit Smith on the play, hit him in the backfield. Smith has got very, very powerful leg, lower body strength. Broke away from the tackle, but they came to finish it up, as you said, maybe picked up a yard on that play.
They're going to give him 2nd down and 8 at the 12-yard line. 5:22 to go. And we have a whistle and another timeout. We'll take a break. Meigs County leads the Chargers 20-0 here as we near halftime on 99.5 FM WIGO Sports. Know the score. 30 seconds. First half, Meigs County leads at 20-0. They're at the Charger 12-yard line, 2nd down and 8 when we resume play here at Charger Field in Englewood, Tennessee.
The Chargers pretty much have to play all their starters on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Right now they're playing pretty well on defense, but let's see how it holds up as the game goes along.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Swafford to pass. Into the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. On the receiving end of that one. Was that Caleb Hyde or was that Beeler? That was John Beeler with a touchdown. As the big 6'3" wide receiver got inside position on the Charger defender and brought it in. And that's going to extend the lead to 26-0, Greg.
That's been a weakness tonight for the Chargers. Again, receivers getting inside position that time. On a little slant pattern, and Swafford's just doing a very good job standing in the pocket, no pressure on him at all, stood in the pocket and hit Beeler on the slant, hit him right in stride for the touchdown.
Adcock hits the extra point. That makes the score 27-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You listen to Central High School football on 99.5 FM WIGO Sports.
Rohr takes the kick at the 6-yard line and brings it out to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10, Chargers. Ledford with the carry. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8. Ledford with the carry. There is a marker on the play. Personal foul. Contact with the helmet. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. Moves the ball into Tiger territory at the 42-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, Chargers. Derrick with the carry. Harris with the carry. Down to the 35-yard line. Gain of 7. 2nd and 3. Fumble on the play, recovered by the Tigers. Offsides against the Chargers. 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5. Offsides against the Chargers. 5-yard penalty, 1st and 10. Hand off to Meadows. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Swafford's pass intended for Judd. Incomplete. Third and 7. Swafford's pass intended for Butler. Incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Smith back to punt for the Tigers. Kick rolls dead inside the 10-yard line. There is a marker on the play. Personal foul against the Tigers. By the ball to the 26-yard line. First and 10, Chargers. Boston with the carry gets out close to the 30, at the 29-yard line. Second and 7. Ledford with the carry. Out to the 33-yard line. Third and a long 2. Ledford calling the back to the 30-yard line. Fourth and 7.
we'll take a 30-second break and listen to Central High School football on 99.5 FM WYGO Sports. Meigs County 27-0 with 51.8 seconds remaining in the first half. One receiver left. Actually, we're going to punt it away. Smack me around, Greg. And Dalton Davis laid out onto the field on the punting team. Snap.
Good snap.
Booski gets it away, end over end punt, going to land at the 45-yard line, take a Charger roll, and Central's Nate Austin will down it at Meigs County's 34-yard line. 36 yards on the punt, no return, and Meigs County takes over at their own 34 with 42.5 seconds.
Good snap that time back to Booski, was able to get the ball off, turned it over, and good bounce for the Chargers. Once it hit the ground, it bounced about 15 more yards down the field. As it is, Meigs County starts on their own 34-yard line, first down 10, with about 42 and a half seconds left according to the scoreboard.
Meigs County brings the play out there as Swafford breaks the huddle. Shotgun formation, two receivers right, two to the left. Speedy Maldonado in the slot left side with Beeler outside him toward the boundary. Swafford looking to pass.
That's who he's trying
Swafford
to
under pressure, rolls to his right. Still looking downfield. He's hit as he throws it away, and it is incomplete.
Oh, he got blasted.
And Michael Harris and Maverick Buckner hit the quarterback. I'm not sure who got there first, Greg.
Well, they hit him, though. That time got pressure up the middle of the line of scrimmage by the Chargers defensive line, forced Swafford to roll to his right, tried to buy some time, threw it to the receiver on the far sideline, threw it out of bounds even if they caught it. But good hit by at least
Swafford's out of the ball.
Yeah, he's out. He got popped on that play as he rolled to his right.
Logan Carroll comes in at quarterback, a 5'8", 166-pound freshman. He's in the shotgun. Two receivers right, two to the left. And a bad snap through his hands. He chases it down, and he's going to be sacked all the way back to the 22-yard line. Loss of 12 on the play. I don't know if he wasn't ready for the snap, but it went right through his hands.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I don't think he was ready for the snap. It should have been caught, but again, it went through his hands, bounced back. By the time he recovered the ball, too much penetration by the defensive line for the Chargers, sacked him for a big loss.
That's going to end the first half. At the end of the first half of play, Meigs County 27, Central nothing. We'll take a break, come back with our Farm Bureau halftime show. Meet the Chargers comes up first with Alex Branham tonight. You listen to Central High School football on 99.5 FM, streaming live at 995WYGO.com, and also on Josh Bogus's J Boggs Multimedia YouTube channel, and I believe it's also on Facebook Live. We're all over the world, worldwide. Know the score.
What's the number of the quarterback?
Marching Band. the Tiger Marching Band. Give them another big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, the music department of McMinn Central High School proudly presents the Charger Marching Band. Give it up for the Charger Marching Band. Special thanks to the cheerleaders and CHS Lightning for your help with the halftime entertainment tonight as well.
At all tonight. He's not 100%, but he has done a very good job, of course, handing it off to his outstanding running backs but when he's standing in the pocket and getting time, he's just hitting receivers. There's been about 3 or 4 drops by the Meigs County receivers. Of course, in the first quarter, the Chargers defenders did a good job breaking those passes up as well. But the completions that he had, he hit the receivers right in stride, and Swafford is just a very accurate thrower, at least so far that I've seen tonight. He's doing a good job staying in the pocket. The Chargers were able to get a little bit of pressure on him, forced him out of the pocket there towards the end of the first half, and popped it pretty good there at the end of the first half. So let's see if he comes back out. I can't see over there who is warming up.
That's Beeler, and it looks like it's going to be Carroll. Carroll's over there with him.
And like I said, we'll see what happens with Swafford, but he got popped there towards the end of the second quarter by Buckner and Harris, I believe it was, and he went out of the game immediately. So let's see what happens here. But right now, Meigs County is up comfortably 27-0 against the Chargers.
So we may have a change at center for the Chargers as Zeus Contreras is practicing the snaps with Ethan Evans, and it appears that Dagan Payne is going to be out in the second half as he does not have his helmet here at halftime. Dagan Payne, the starting center, is not apparently going to start at center as we begin the second half. He has had his helmet taken away from him. Or did he not even dress out tonight? He's got his pads off too, Greg, so Dagan Payne will not be at center in the second half. It's going to be Zeus Contreras for the Chargers. They put 2 more minutes on the clock. We haven't looked at scores at all tonight in the area. We're going to take a break, and then Greg's going to bring you some scores of interest when we come back after this 30-second break. Listen to Charger football on 99.5 FM, streaming live at 995WIGO.com. Scores of interest for us.
A future opponent for the Chargers, Signal Mountain, is playing Eastridge right now and are up 21-3 at half. Farragut up the road is up 7-6 against West. Oodlewall is leading Saudi Days at halftime 16-7. Sweetwater is trailing Sequoia at half 35-20. Let's see here, some other scores.
And now they're going to, looks like we've got 30 seconds or so before the kick to start the second half.
Midway is leading Tellico Plains at half, 25-0. Maryville and Fulton are playing right now. That's a big game up the road. Maryville is leading Fulton 28-14 at half. Whitwell is beating Polk County 35-7 at half. I think Whitwell coming there undefeated in that game, and they are putting it on Polk County right now. And that's really the only scores that I can see of local interest, at least on the Knox News Sports webpage.
Chargers will receive the opening kick as we start the second half. Back deep for Central, Nate Austin. He'll be along the near sideline or along the near numbers. And on the far across the way, it will be Isaiah Farrar. The upbacks, Jordan Ledford and Michael Harris from left to right. In front of them, Booski and Carden. And along the front, Alloway, Shirk, Light, Davis. And I believe that's Junior Grubb there in the middle. Adcock will kick off for Meigs County. The Tigers lead the Chargers 27-0 here as we begin the second half. Man. Adcock approaches the ball. Kick is in the air. End over end kick will be fielded at the 7-yard line by Austin. Austin across the 15 to the 20, cuts it upfield, gets out near the 25-yard line, where the Chargers are going to take over on offense as we begin the second half.
They're going to mark it at about the 24-yard line. Again, this is a big series for the Chargers, trailing 27-0, but they need to continue the offensive success they had in the first half, averaging a little over about 4 yards a carry in the first half is positive for the Chargers. Meigs County's advantage in the first half was the big plays, especially in the first quarter by Smith on those big runs. But the Chargers played pretty good there, especially as the game went along.
One receiver to the right, wing T formation for the Chargers. Evans under center. In motion goes Ledford. They're going to hand it off Ledford. He's going to be hitting the backfield.
Looks like a face mask.
And they're going to mark him at the 20-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play. Ledford didn't have a chance.
No.
Jailbreak on the left side of the Charger offensive line.
Again, the Tigers just had too many guys there at the point of attack. Not enough blockers in front of Ledford that time, trying to run and sweep to the left side of the offensive line. Too many guys there for the Tigers. Tackling him in the backfield for the losses. They're going to bring up second down and 15 from the 20-yard line.
As Contreras slides into center, you have Cox and Dean along that left side of the offensive front for the Chargers. Wide receiver to the right side. Be tied in left side. Evans under center. Ledford in motion, inside handoff. Breaking the first line of defense was Nate Austin. Made it out near the 30-yard line, but he was rocked.
Yeah. There, partially by his own player blocking down the field. At that time, Austin did a great job. Went over left guard, good hole opened up front, cut it back against the grain, picked up about
10 yards on the play.
Yeah, about 10 yards that play. So good run by Austin that time. Meigs County comes out in the second half, still continuing to play the 3-4 defense, and they're bringing their outside linebackers. So basically, in effect, they're running a 5-2 defense.
3rd and 6 for the Chargers. Actually, 3rd and 5 for the Chargers at the 30-yard line. Ledford in motion right to left. They're going to pitch it. This time to Austin. Austin in trouble, and he's going to be run out of bounds for a loss on the play of about 4 yards back to the 26-yard line. And the Chargers will have 4th down and 9. They'll have to punt it away.
That time they pitched it back to Austin running left, trying to bounce it outside to the short side of the field. Too many guys, again, just not enough blockers there. Meigs County just pursues extremely well. They got a lot of fast, strong athletes. And again, just too many guys there at the point of attack. Ran Austin out of bounds, as you said, for the loss. Going to bring up 4th down at about 8 for the Chargers, as they're going to have to punt from their own territory.
Actually gave him forward progress to the 27. High snap. Booski gets it, kicks away. High kick, pretty good kick. Going to be fielded at the 46-yard line, though, by Maldonado across.
Oh, good hit! He's doubled it.
Jace Derrick with the hit.
Goodness.
They're going to say forward progress was stopped.
No.
That is a
No.
I got to say about some of the administration and out of some of these calls on that one there. Ridiculous. They're going to say forward progress was stopped. I mean, that one in the hit out of bounds, I mean, I don't know. They're talking them into some things tonight, folks.
The only possibility that's not
the knee was down.
His knee may have been down, but, boy, he got blasted. Was that Jace Derrick you said?
I believe it was Derrick.
Oh, my goodness, he just got blasted. So the punt returner may regret that return, but that time Chargers just did not come up with that fumble, but they did call him down at the point of the tackle. So Meigs County does start 1st down 10 in Charger territory.
13 yards on the return for Maldonado. Nice big hit. You know, I want to say this. Chargers are hitting better tonight
yes, they are.
than they have in any game this season except maybe the McMinn County game.
Wait a minute. How they're moving the ball back.
Penalty is against the Tigers. Backs the ball up.
What was the call?
A 10-yard penalty against Meigs County. I never saw the indication.
I did not see a flag. Well,
so that's going to move it back to the Meigs County 44-yard line with 10:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. 27-0, Meigs County on top.
That's the best tackle I've seen all year.
Whew. And there's been a few big hits tonight for the
Man.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. Snap. Swafford back in there. Inside handoff to Martin Smith. Bounces it out left side of the sideline of the 45 into Charger territory. Fumbles the football at the 40.
Got it.
And the Chargers have it. So Martin Smith gains to the Charger 39-yard line. So a gain of 17 on the play for Smith. Chargers recover the fumble that rolled back to Central's 38-yard line. Well, they're going to go in there and take over on offense with 10:06 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Smith opened up and hit a huge hole in the middle line of scrimmage, cut it down the far sideline, got tackled from behind, and it got stripped. And I think it was either Ledford or that stripped the ball from behind, and I think Jace Derrick may have recovered that fumble. Great play for the Chargers, but Smith was out in open field, got tackled and fumbled.
1st and 10 for the Chargers at their own 33-yard line. I said 38, it's the 33. Motion goes Ledford. They're going to hand it off. Actually, that's not Ledford. That's Harris. And Harris will be brought down by the shoulder pads all the way back to the 31-yard line. Loss of 2 on the play. And the Chargers going to face the 2nd down and 12 with 9:55 to go in the third quarter.
Coming up to make a great play that time from his middle linebacker spot was number 46 for the Tigers. Kenyon Grant did a great job hitting the gap, hitting Harris in the backfield. As it is, it's going to be a loss for the Chargers. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 12. Great job by Grant coming up from his middle linebacker spot.
9:37 to go in the third quarter. Chargers break the huddle. They trail Meigs County 27-0 here. One receiver to the right, tight end left side. That's Maverick Buckner at tight end. Wing T, your wing backs are Harris and Ledford. Running back is Austin. In motion goes Harris. Evans going to roll it. It was going to be looks like Evans was running a quarterback keeper. No one blocked on the right side. Evans thrown for a loss back to the 25-yard line.
Going backwards on this series. That time, it looked to me like a busted play, but Evans just got blasted in the backfield. The Chargers on the first 2 plays, at least in this series, have gone back, lost 9 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down about 18. And so far, they've not been able to take advantage of that fumble by Smith earlier.
Chargers break the huddle. Farrar split wide to the right. Tight end left side. Harris the wing back left. Ledford the wing back right. Austin the tailback. Ledford goes in motion. Handoff inside, handoff to Ledford. He's hit, dropped, ball on the ground, and it is Meigs County football. They recover at the Charger 23-yard line. Central goes backwards and then turns it over to Meigs County.
Yeah, Meigs County is not worried about the Chargers' passing game at all. They've got that play. They had all 11 players within about 5 yards to the line of scrimmage. Ledford never had a chance, took the handoff, got hit in the backfield as he was struggling to try to get away. They stripped the ball from him. As you said, Meigs County starts deep in Charger territory at the Charger 23-yard line.
Josh Gooden down there with his offensive lineman, coaching them up a bit along the sideline. Swafford takes the snap. Inside handoff goes Smith. Smith trying to bounce it out left side. Touchdown. He's at the 15, the 10, into the end zone, but there's a flag around the 10-yard line.
Meigs County is acting like it could get the Chargers, but again, there is a flag. The back judge threw that flag, but Smith did a great job running that ball, and there's a Charger down.
Injured player down at the 15-yard line. They call out the training crew or training team. I'm looking for an indication of the penalty. I believe it is holding against Meigs County.
The reaction of the Meigs County one of the receivers was clapping in that. I first thought it was against the Chargers' way he reacted.
Here's the indication, holding against Meigs County.
Yep. It must have been down close to the close to the goal line.
It must have been on the goal line.
Yeah. Smith is he's a very smooth running back. He took that handoff, went over left guard, huge hole up, bounced it outside down toward the far sideline, cut it up, got across the goal line. But as you said, looks like there is a penalty deep in Charger territory, close to the goal line. But it's probably a spot foul, I believe. Well, I'm sure it is.
The injured Charger making his way off field. Is that Harris again?
I believe.
Or is that Jace Derrick? Jace Derrick, I believe, is the injured Charger.
Now, Michael Harris was hurt a little bit in the first half. He's come back, but this time it does look like it is Jace Derrick limping off the field, but he is getting off the field on his own power. So let's see where they spot the ball.
It's going to be Meigs County football. Well, they haven't spotted it yet because the chains aren't. How is it first down and 3? The chains can't be in the right place, can they?
Well,
how is it first and 4 if the penalty was against Meigs County? I'm confused. I guess they're marking it back.
It would have been.
Okay, I see what they've done here. Spot foul brings it back to here. Anyway, timeout on the field. We'll take a 30-second break. Timeout Chargers with 8:07 to go in the third quarter. They trail Meigs County 27-0, but Meigs County on the move here on 99. Nothing here in Englewood. Meigs County has it first and I think it should be, well, they're going to say it's first and 3 at the Charger 15 thanks to a penalty that brought back a Martin Smith touchdown run. Swofford's going to take the snap in the shotgun. Play action fake. Pass into the end zone is incomplete.
There's the flag.
I don't know what the flag could be unless it was holding on the defender because I didn't see him interfere.
I think that's against the Chargers. Maybe in face guard.
This is in the NFL, so they're getting confused on different. I guess the high school officials are going to stop watching ball games on Saturdays and Sundays, so they're trying to officiate certain things like it is and other things like it's not.
It's good to see Swofford back in the game. At the end of the second quarter, I thought he wasn't going to come back, but he is back out on the field. That time he did a good job throwing it on a fade route that time to the receiver. Couldn't see who the receiver was. May have been Beeler.
It was Beeler.
And but there is a flag on the play. Did he catch the ball?
He did not.
Okay,
it was incomplete.
Okay, yeah.
So pass interference against the Chargers, going to move the ball inside the 10-yard line to the 7. First and goal for Meigs County at the Chargers 7-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Swofford. He takes the snap, handoff Smith, trying to go off right tackle, is going to get inside the 5-yard line, and a flag comes in late.
There is a marker on the play.
It's getting chippy
A little bit.
So let's see who this one's on. Officials discuss the flag, and it's against Meigs County. Apparently, Meigs County's going backwards. It's going to be personal foul against Meigs County and a personal foul against the Chargers. And so offsetting. So it's going to be
Replay first down.
Apparently it was during the play. Well, it wasn't dead. Well, he said it was dead ball.
Well, they're still saying it's first down.
So it's going to be first and goal at the 4 for Meigs County. Or make it the 5. Looks like it hasn't quite made it to the 4-yard line from my vantage point. First and goal from the 5 for Meigs County. They lead it 27-0. 7:51 to go in the third quarter. I wonder if Meigs County will go for 2 to try to get to 35. And we have a long huddle.
Is it not a?
Now they're going to mark the play ready. Mark it ready for play, and the play clock is wound by the referee. Here's the shotgun. Looked like offside on the Chargers. Swofford hitting the backfield, runs with it, and he makes it. Does he make it? Into the end zone, touchdown. Near side official indicated a touchdown. Another flag, another unsportsmanlike or some kind of personal foul is going to be called.
Yep. That's really the first time Swofford ran the ball.
Looks like they've thrown 2 players out of the game. As it looks like 2 players were thrown out. It will going across the way is 57 for Meigs County and 74 for the Chargers. That's Noah Davis. It looked to me like they were ejected from the ball game by the indication by the official. We'll see.
They came off the field pretty quick, didn't
57 is Malachi Hayden, a 6'2", 263-pound sophomore lineman. And for the Chargers, Noah Davis is a 6 foot, 312-pound junior. Let's see the indication. Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike against Meigs County. Personal foul against the Chargers. They offset.
Oh, nobody thrown out.
And apparently they weren't thrown out, but they sure did send them toward the sidelines.
They were both upset. But that's really the first time that Swofford's ran the ball in the entire game, so he's feeling good enough to run, but I wouldn't expect to see that much more as this game goes along.
I wouldn't have run him then.
I wouldn't either. I mean,
unless he audible and called his own number.
Yeah, they were.
We got another backup in the game. I think they've brought in Bryson Smith, but we'll see. I don't see Swofford out there. Maybe he's getting the play, and we're going to bring him in from the sideline. But is he out there?
Now, who's number 14? I don't have him.
14 is Bryson Smith.
Okay, so they've changed his number on my roster. Okay.
Well, now they're spotted the football at the 4-yard line. It's first and goal at the 5-yard. Well, they moved it up some. How did they?
They're going to kick field goal.
And they give them the touchdown. The touchdown counted.
Yep.
So here's the extra point. I thought with the flags it was a dead ball foul, so Swofford's carry counts for the touchdown. 33-0. Here's the extra point. It's up. The kick is good, and Meigs County leads it 34-0. We'll take a break. 7:36 left in the third quarter. Listen to Central High School football on 99.5 FM, WYGO.com. I blew that. Well, Chargers trail the Tigers 34-0 here at Chargers Stadium. 7:36 to go in the third quarter. Nate Austin back deep for the Chargers to receive the kick. Isaiah Farrar back there for along the near the on the far side. So Adcock to kick. It certainly looked like the official ejected two players, but I'm guessing maybe they did not. I'm looking for Noah Davis down there along the sideline. So if you're ejected, you have to leave the sideline. I don't see him now, but that doesn't mean anything. Short kick's going to land, picked up by Austin on the bounce at the 15-yard line, crosses the 20, across the 25-yard line, up the numbers near the 30. They're going to mark him down at the 28 where the Chargers will take over on offense, trailing by 34 points here with 7:35 to go in the third quarter.
Short high kick that time by Nick Adcock allowed the kicking team for the Tigers to get down the field. Good coverage down the field. Austin had a short return, but it's going fairly good. Well, not good for field position, but Chargers start on the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 with 7 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third quarter.
Chargers going to break the huddle. Evans, the quarterback. Farrar split wide right. Austin, the running back. Wing back right side, Ledford. Wing back to the left side, Michael Harris. Handoff, Ledford. Has to dodge a defender in the backfield. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 2. They're going to mark him at the 30-yard line. It's tough, Greg, to make a living as a running back whenever you're having to dodge a defender immediately at the handoff in the backfield.
Yeah, again, they've just got very good size on the defensive line, making it hard for the offensive line to get him push. Number 55 for Meigs County, Montana Lowe, has just really had an outstanding game from his right defensive tackle spot, getting in the backfield, hitting the running backs really before they can get going, but Ledford was able to squeeze out 2 yards on that play.
Hunter Brown in there now at defensive line, who is one of the backups. He did not start the contest. He's a 5'10", 249-pound sophomore. Here's a snap. Evans going to keep it, goes off right tackle, crosses the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 32.
Gain of 2.
So they'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Chargers with 6:31 to go in the third quarter.
Again, the Chargers are trying to get some offense going after giving up that touchdown off a fumble at their own 23-yard line. Meigs took it in. Chargers have it 3rd down and 6, as you said, at their own 32-yard line. Got a long way to go to get some points on the board.
Derek checks back into the ball game for the Chargers. Apparently he's going to be okay. He's the running back. Ledford goes in motion from right to left. Inside handoff. Derek, he's got something to the 40, 45, 50. Into Meigs County territory. Will be chased down inside the 20-yard line. As 49 yards at least on the run. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds.
Yeah. They're marking him at the
looks like near the 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
That's 54 yards on the carry for Derek into Meigs County territory.
Biggest play of the game so far for the Chargers. Derek went over right tackle. Big hole up and down. Nobody from the linebacker come up, filled the hole. He bounced it outside, down the far sideline. They had just enough of an angle to tackle him at the 15-yard line. A great speed by Derek on that play.
5:51 to go in the third quarter. Chargers threatening at the Meigs County 15-yard line, but they trail by 34. Pitch left. That's Austin. Austin with blockers in front. Tries to bounce it out. He does bounce it out. It gets inside the 15, down near the 10. They're going to mark him out of bounds. Actually, though, where are they going to mark him? They're going to mark him at the 11-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play for Austin. Bring up 2nd down and 6 at the Meigs County 11.
Basically what they did, they brought the right wing back in motion before the snap. He provided the lead block for Austin running left. Bounced it outside, had some penetration by the defensive end for the Tigers, but Austin had enough speed to get away from him and cut it up the field. Got tackled out of bounds, as you said, at about the 11-yard line. It's going to make it 2nd down and 6 for the Chargers as this drive continues.
5:43 to go in the third quarter. Carton comes in with the play call. Chargers with it 2nd and 6. Break the huddle. Carton will be split wide left. We'll have tight end right side. Harris, the wing back right. Ledford, the wing back left. Austin, the running back. Ledford goes in motion left to right. Inside handoff, and Austin didn't have a chance. He's hit. As soon as he received the handoff at the 13-yard line, loss of 2 on the play. Yeah. Bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Chargers.
Chris Wood from his nose guard's position just blew that play up, beat the center off the snap, hit Austin in the backfield. Austin was lucky to hold that ball as it is. It's going to be a loss on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 from the 13.
Wood is a 5'8", 263-pound
He looks bigger than that.
Well, he's 5'8", 263. He's pretty compact. Wing T formation again for the Chargers. They've stayed in it throughout the night. One receiver to the left. That's Farrar. He's actually tight left. Bad snap. Loose football, and coming up with it. Evans never received the snap. And bad snap by the Chargers, and Meigs County has the football at the Charger 13-yard line.
That's almost the name of the game for the season for the Chargers. Just bad breaks. Have a good drive going after that 54-yard run by Jace Derrick. Gets it close to the Meigs County goal line. That's just what happens sometimes when you have a change in centers. The snap just never did get back to Evans. Not sure if he pulled away early or the ball never got back to him, but the ball hit the ground. The Tigers recovered. 1st down and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left for Meigs County. Handoff inside, hit at the line of scrimmage. Might have gained 1 yard on the play. That's Maldonado on the carry.
Mercy. They give him a yard.
They're going to mark him up to the 15 for a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 for Meigs County with 4:38 to go in the third quarter.
That's about the toughest yard he'll get all night. Whoa, he got popped.
Meigs County leads this game 34-0. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap. Swafford hands it off. Inside handoff again to Maldonado. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Squirms his way out near the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 20. So there'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and we'll bring down a 3rd down and about 4 for Meigs County.
Central continues to play the 3-4 defense. That time Maldonado got past the line of scrimmage. Michael Harris come up and hit him, knocked him sideways, and Maverick Buckner and I think Ledford come up and finished him off.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Under center this time goes Swafford. Split backs in the backfield. Chargers almost jumped offside. Now Swafford looks at the sideline, and we'll have timeout on the field. Back in 30 seconds. Meigs County leads the Chargers 34-0 with 3:40 to go in the third quarter. Timeout on the field. Listen to Charger football on 99.5 FM WYGO. Welcome back to Charger Field. As Central trails Meigs County 34-0 with 3:40 to go in the third quarter. It's Meigs County football, 3rd down, long 4, short 5 from their own 19-yard line for the Tigers. Handoff, going left. That is Fritz. Fritz breaks into the secondary, gets into the 35, to the 40, across the 45, out near midfield goes Fritz. slow developing play. He was patient, Greg, and then busted it in the open field.
Very good job waiting on his blocks to develop that time. Went over left tackle that time. Nobody from the linebacker spot come up to fill the hole to shoot the gap, and Fritz had an open lane, cut it down the field, picked up the first down at their own 47-yard line.
28-yard run there for Fritz, number 9. One receiver left to the right. Shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Into the secondary. Goes Maldonado. Makes a move at the 30-yard line. Goes toward the far sideline to the 20. Lowers his head. Hits the Charger defender at the 10. And they're going to mark him out of bounds inside. Looks like the 10-yard line. Where are they going to spot it?
Close to the goal line.
It's going to be actually going to be inside the 5.
Looks about the 2
to the 2-yard line.
Maldonado,
51 yards on the play from Maldonado.
He's smooth too. I mean, just did a really smooth running play that time. Just hit the hole. Nobody hit him till he got in the secondary. Cut away from the pursuit. Cut it down the far sideline. Almost scored, but it is going to be first and goal at the 2-yard line.
Meigs County with the football, leading 34-0 and threatening. Here's the snap. Swafford going to keep it. Swafford will be hit in the backfield, and he
short.
Did not make it into the – no, they gave it to him. Touchdown.
Well.
Touchdown, Swafford. Official on the far side with his hands in the air. So Meigs County leads it 40-0 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Meigs County does that. The film that I've watched, they rely on that play. When they get close to the goal line, it's pretty much you can just bet Swafford's going to keep the ball. Especially he just has time to develop, watch the hole open up. He's a very good runner, very patient. That time, as you said, got across the goal line. Wasn't as close, but he did get across. It's going to make the score 40-0 with extra point coming up.
Backup kicker into the ball game. High snap. Balaban in to kick. And it's going to be a false start on Meigs County.
Well, from this point on, the mercy rule will be in effect. Right now, 3 minutes left in the third quarter, but that big run by Maldonado was just, that was very impressive.
So Carl Balaban in to kick. It'll be a 25-yard field goal at this point. Like I said, it's an extra point, but it's going to be the equivalent as the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. Snap, another false start. So that's going to move it back for a 30-yard field goal. Balaban says, man, I'm getting a chance to come in and kick the extra point. 2 false starts, and now I'm kicking a 30-yard field goal. And they're going to take him out. Nope. Balaban's going to do it. Adcox came running out there.
Let him kick it.
So Balaban will kick it from the 20.
Bryson Smith is the holder.
So the snap. Kick is up. It's going to be short. And the score with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, Meigs County 40, Chargers nothing. We'll be back in 60 seconds on 99.5 FM. Well, Meigs County up 40-0. Adcock in there to kick it off to the Chargers. Back deep for Central, Farrar and Austin. Kicks in the air. High kick will be fielded by Austin at the 10-yard line. Chargers will run the reverse to Farrar. Farrar in trouble. Gets back out near the 20-yard line where he's brought down. Didn't trick him on that one, and so Central will have to take over on offense at the 19-yard line with a running clock, Greg.
Yeah, they tried to reverse, tried to switch it up, but they did not fool the Meigs County defense, the kicking team that time. Too many guys there, and Farrar just never had a chance. Once he received the handoff, as it's going to be Charger ball at their own 18-yard line, first down 10. As you said, with clock running, so about 2 minutes left when they come to the line of scrimmage.
Chargers will break the huddle. First and 10 from the 19-yard line. 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Clock running. Evans under center. Handoff. Ledford in trouble. Tries to bounce it out. Nowhere to go. Brought down at the 15-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play. Actually, they're going to give him forward progress to the 16. Ledford going to come up slowly.
Yeah, he's
still down. And is he going to make his way to his feet? He's got
may have a cramp.
Looks like a right calf cramp.
Yep, that was hurt.
We're going to hang out here, though. We're not going to go back quite yet. And the training staff, Ledford's going to make his way off the field. So we'll stay here. Chargers going to have the football second down and 13 at their own 16-yard line.
Loss of 3, second and 13.
Meigs County's got quite a few substitutes on the now they still got Montana Lowe in there at right defensive tackle.
You got to back up at nose
they've
guard.
Got, yeah, sure do.
Noah Powers, a 5'11", 188-pound sophomore. Evans under center. Inside handoff. Tackled. Looks like a loss of 1 on the play. Bring up third down and 14.
Again, Meigs County just keeps bringing the players off the bench. Again, good big defensive lineman, not as big as the starters. They've still got Montana Lowe in there at right defensive end, and he's just he doesn't do justice as far as the weight shown on the roster. He looks a whole lot bigger than what he shows.
Jesse Shirk checks into the game at tight end for the Chargers. Derek, the running back, Evans under center. Snap. Evans looking to pass. Pulls it down. Didn't get. I don't think he gave. That sounded like he gave the receiver time to get into his route, Greg, before he decided to run with it.
Yeah. Again, took a step, dropped back, tried to set up, felt the pressure, and tried to keep the ball. Farrar might have had an opportunity to catch the ball if he'd had time to throw it as he was coming out of the break.
I think he felt pressure that time. It wasn't there though, Greg.
That little out route, Farrar just was breaking open, but Evans just felt like he didn't have enough time. Kept the ball.
Fourth down and 12 for the Chargers. Snap. Booski gets it away. Looks like he could have blocked it. Newman pulled up. Ball hits at the 40-yard line, takes a Meigs County roll to the 36-yard line of the Chargers. And that's the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3 quarters, Meigs County leads the Chargers 40-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on 99. $40-0 as we get set to start the fourth quarter, Greg. Be a running clock, so it should be a quick quarter.
Yep, should be a quick quarter. Again, I've this game, even though at this point it looks like the Chargers are going to be on the losing side of this game, but there are some positives to take out of this game, and we'll talk about it later. But right now the Chargers look like they're bringing some substitutes on the field to get an opportunity to play against this very good Meigs County defense, as Meigs County is bringing in a new quarterback who played some in the first half, Logan Carroll at quarterback.
Under center is Carroll, split backs behind him. Be a handoff, trying to bounce it out right side, crosses the 35-yard line, gets out down near the 30, carrying the football that time for Meigs County was Will Meadows, a 5'8", 193-pound sophomore. Gain on the play of 6 yards, going to set up second down and 4 at the Charger 30-yard line. Meigs County breaks the huddle. Clock running, 11:32 to go in the ball game. Tigers on top, the Chargers 40-0. Under center is Carroll. Carroll turns, handoff, trying to go off left tackle, but forced back inside, then dropped Might have made it to the 27-yard line for a gain of 2 on the play to bring up 3rd down and 1. I didn't catch the running back.
I did not. My eyesight is not as good as it used to be. I could not see the number. But that time, good play by the
Fritz on the carry.
Good play coming up to fill the hole that time. Well, the linebacker hit him in the hole for basically no gain on that play.
I'm going to say 3rd down and 1 at the 27-yard line for the Tigers. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Carroll almost lost the snap. Ooh, big hit as he gets back near the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got there.
I don't think he did either.
Big hit as he bobbled the snap again in the shotgun. He actually lost a little bit on the play. It's going to be 4th down and a long 1 at the Charger 27-yard line.
I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you, he's lucky to keep that ball. He got blasted on that play.
Meigs County going to go for it here, 4th and 1. Too far for a field goal, too short to punt, so they're going to go at 4th and a long 1 at the Charger 27-yard line. 10 minutes, 13 seconds and counting left in this ball game. Meigs County leads at 40-0. So Carroll takes the snap. He's going to keep it going left. He's got the 1st down and more as he gets past the line of scrimmage on down to the 20-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. They're going to mark it at the 21. And Meigs County has it 1st and 10 with 9:50 to go in the ball game.
That time Carroll took the direct snap, went over left tackle, bounced outside, not enough penetration by the defensive end for the Chargers. Cut it up for the 1st down. It's a good run by Carroll as he picked up 1st down with the clock running with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Carroll in the shotgun. Hands it off. Meadows in trouble in the backfield. He'll be thrown down. They're going to mark him at forward progress at the 22-yard line. So he lost 2 yards on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 12 for the Tigers with 9:18 and counting left in this ball game.
Yeah, that time a little bit too much dancing and hold. Try to go over left tackle. But the defensive tackle for the Chargers, number 57, come up, filled the hole that time. Toby Freeman did a good job filling that hole, forcing him back inside where he was tackled.
Meigs County breaks the huddle. Under 9 minutes now to go in the ball game. More substitutions being made along the offensive line. As checking out of the ball game, Marshall Brantley, the 314-pounder. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Carroll going to keep it going off right tackle. He's into the secondary, takes on the Charger defender, makes it down to the 5-yard line. Gain of 17 for Carroll on the keeper, and it'll be 1st down and goal for Meigs County at the Charger 5-yard line.
Impressive run, McCarron took the direct snap, went over right tackle, big hole opened up, didn't get hit until he got the secondary where the safety finished it off, as you said, got down to the 5-yard line. 1st down and goal at the 5.
8:19 to go in the ball game. Meigs County threatening to score again at the Charger 5. Carroll goes under center with split backs. Handoff going left. That is Fritz into the end zone. Jackson Fritz, the junior with the score. That'll extend the Meigs County lead to 46-0. 8:08. Now the clock stops because of the points. Balaban back out there to kick the extra point. Etowah boy, Carl Balaban. Goes to church out there in Clearwater, though. With, I believe, Clearwater, at least out that way. May not be Clearwater. Apologize if I got the church wrong. Knows a lot of the Meigs County folks and attends Meigs County High School. Kicks in the air. And the kick is good for Balaban. 47-0. Meigs County leads it with 8:08 to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the Central High School football on 99.5 FM. Well, welcome back to Englewood, Tennessee, where the Meigs County Tigers lead the Central Chargers 47-0. 8:08 left in the ball game. Adcock will kick it off to the Chargers. Back deep for Central, Farrar and Austin. We've said that a lot this year, Greg, is back deep for the Chargers. Is
Austin's getting a workout tonight. He's got a lot of kickoff returns.
Adcock getting a lot of workout, kicking it off for Meigs County. Adcock will kick momentarily. It takes plenty of time to make sure everybody's ready. Kicks away. End over end kick will be fielded by Austin at his 9-yard line. They're going to fake the reverse this time. Nobody fooled this time. Oh! Breaks the tackle. Jukes a player at the 20. Gets out across the 25-yard line to the 28. And the clock running. Chargers will go out there on offense, 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line.
Didn't mean to haul on that play, but Austin did a good job juking somebody. Got away from the defender. Cut upfield, as you said. Chargers start at their own 28-yard line. Clock is running, but that last drive by Meigs County, that's what field position will do for you. Meigs County started at the Charger 36-yard line after a short punt, and the star of that drive was Carroll. Logan Carroll from quarterback had a 17-yard run on 2nd down and 11 at the Charger 22, got down to 5, and from there, as you said, Fritz took it in from the 5-yard line.
Farrar split wide to the left. Evans in the shotgun. Looks to the sideline to change the play. Now, I don't see a change. And I believe, are we going to have a timeout? We do. Timeout on the field. Chargers call timeout back in 30 seconds. Listen to Central High School football as they trail Meigs County 47-0 with 6:53 to go here on WYGO. Evans in the shotgun. High snap. Evans keeps it up the middle. Gets across the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 31 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Chargers. About 2nd and 7, actually.
Yep, looks like Meigs County has got all the starters out on defense. Clock does continue to run. At that time, Evans kept the ball from the very start, picked up about 3 yards on that play.
So Evans under center. Going back in the wing tee this time. Carden split out to the right. Austin goes in motion, takes the handoff, goes around left end, makes it out near the 35-yard line. Going to mark him to the 34, gain a 3 on the play, bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Chargers at their own 34-yard line with 6 minutes in the clock running.
Could not see the number for Meigs County. Coming up from his linebacker spot, number 24, Adrian Childry. Did a good job hitting Austin, preventing a longer game, but Austin hit the hole pretty hard, but Childry came up from his linebacker spot, fielded it and tackled him.
Childry, a freshman for Meigs County. Farrar out wide to the right. A Wasp has joined us in the booth. A little late at night for him to be awake. Pitch right side to Austin. Tries to bounce it out. Going to be driven out of bounds and thrown to the ground after the play.
Flag, yep.
They're going to mark Austin out of bounds at the 40. So a gain of
about 5 on that play.
Yeah, should be a gain of 5 and a 1st down. And then they're going to extend it 15 more yards for the hit tackle out of bounds.
Yeah, on that play, it was hit out of bounds. It wasn't nothing malicious on that play. Just continuation of play, but unfortunately for Meigs, he was out of bounds when the tackle was finished up.
So they're going to mark it from the 40-yard line.
The 15-yard penalty tacked on to the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
Well, the Chargers going to have it 1st and 10 in Meigs County territory at the 45-yard line. 4:40 clock running. Under center Evans, wing T, wing wide receiver left off. And we have false start on the right wing back, Michael Harris flinched. That'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Chargers. That's one of the things Coach Gooden talks about every week. It's just the little things, Greg, and it's all it takes is a couple of guys to not be in sync or one guy to miss a block, and it can blow a play up.
Yeah, again, you're trying to get the play off. At that time, he moved just enough, obviously, to get the penalty. It's going to bring out first down and 15 at the 50-yard line. Again, the clock does continue running with 4 minutes left right now.
Wing T. Evans under center. Austin goes in motion. Inside handoff to Derrick. Will lower his head, gain a couple of yards back into Meigs County territory. Going to bring up second down, and we'll say 13 for the Chargers. 3:40 and counting left in this ball game. They're at the Meigs County 48-yard line.
That time the defensive tackle for Meigs County just blew that play out, pushed the left guard back in the backfield, and the running back got hit by his own player. Picked up 2 yards, though.
Wing back is now Austin. Derrick, the running back. Quick pass down the right sideline, intended for Cardin, will be picked off. Intercepted by David Mason. They're going to mark him out down at the 19-yard line of Meigs County. So another turnover for the Chargers. Clock continues to run in the mercy rule in effect. It'll be Meigs County football. 1st and 10 at their own 19. When they finally snap it, it's probably about 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the ballgame.
Yeah, bad break that time. Austin lined up as the wide receiver on the near side, went straight down the field. Evans dropped back and threw it before Austin even looked back, and then unfortunately the cornerback for the Tigers had inside position, caught the ball, and Austin tackled him for no return on that play. Bad break for the Chargers, but Meigs County starts over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Well, Meigs County breaks the huddle. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, shotgun formation. Carroll takes the snap. Handoff. It's Meadows. Breaks past the line of scrimmage, crosses the 25-yard line, still battling, still fighting, makes it across the 30, going to mark him at the 32. First down. 13-yard gain for Meadows, and another late flag. So Meadows gains 13. This is a dead ball foul.
Got to be. Meadows did a good job hitting right tackle, hole opened up, got hit by the linebacker, but he got good leg, kept his legs turning and picked up maybe 2 or 3 more yards, but as I said, it's going to be tacked on to the end of the play. Personal foul against the Chargers.
Well, that's going to move it on into Allen out to the 47-yard line for the Tigers.
47-yard line, 1st and 10, Tigers.
So Meigs County leading at 47-0 with 1:28 seconds left in the ball game, running clock situation. And we got a receiver lined up off sides along the way. Inside handoff. Actually, he's going to bounce it out the right side. In reverse field is Meadows. Reverses field at the 50, to the 45, to the 40, 35, 30, and out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the Charger 28. Gain of 19 on the play for Meadows. And so the chunk plays of the running game continue, Greg, as Meadows gets into the ball game, and he's still getting big chunks of yardage.
That time the play went over right tackle, but he reversed his field. Once he got to the linebacker spot, come down the near sideline, Dalton Davis ran him out of bounds. But again, big play for Meadows. Good-looking running back. He's doing his job right now.
42 seconds and counting left in the ball game. Shotgun formation. Carroll, the freshman quarterback, takes it, hands it off to Meadows. Meadows cuts back. He's at the 25, the 20, still on his feet in the secondary, breaking tackles, and finally goes down at the 11-yard line. We're going to make it the 12. Gain of 16 on the play that time for Meadows.
Again, that time Meadows did a good job. Hit the hole. That's going to be there in the game. But again, Meadows did a good job. Too many arm tackles down the field, but he's got a lot of leg strength. Good looking running back.
2 carries, 34 yards to close it out for Meadows. And your final score will be Meigs County 47, Chargers nothing. We'll take a break, come back with your final stats as Wesley Dunkel back there compiling them now. You've been listening to Central High School football on 99.5 FM WYGO Sports.